How about the weather?
I don't have a cold open.
Yeah.
But speaking
It's
of
cold
cold,
outside.
it is literally snowing sideways. It is a very chilly.
Chilly.
What is?
What is chilly?
No.
Oh.
Well, is chili a soup?
I don't know. But wait, are we talking about
Well, no. I was gonna say, what's what's the soup that you eat cold?
gazpacho?
Is it gazpacho?
I know that's the one type that you can eat cold.
This is a real gazpacho-y bowl of S.
Soup. I tried to.
No, you had a good lead in too.
No, I didn't.
But I was trying to get back to gazpacho.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Hi.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SM Soup.
Yes.
The #1 podcast with
Soup in the name.
But
not on the brain. I always want to say not in the game.
I'm Spencer. We could say that.
Is that a saying? Something not in the game?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm Shelby. Hello.
And we are here to take you on a wonderful journey of nonsense and soup and try and answer life's biggest questions, including, waiter, how was the soup made?
In case anyone doesn't understand, it's a metaphor. In case we've gotten this far.
In case anybody doesn't understand, by me saying what's the meaning of life? Oh wait, waiter, how's the soup made? Like I've led into like the classic question, multiple times before cutting myself off to say how's the soup made?
Right.
But that's what we're trying to figure out. Not really, but we're just we're here. We're doing our things,
and we're sipping.
This week
soup
is This week is our first episode of the Spencer and Shelby movie club.
Yeah.
The SM Soup Movie Club.
Yeah.
And so hopefully you did your homework, and if not, pause.
Go do your homework.
And go read a synopsis or watch Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached.
I mean, to be frank, I think very quickly you can understand the synopsis of both movies, being that they're romantic comedies.
Yeah.
So it's not complicated.
And if you're new here and wondering, why did you idiots choose these movies? It's because I told a story of how I woke up the morning of us leaving St. Louis, where we were going to have to drive. How many hours was that?
Like 7 to 8.
It wasn't too bad, I guess. 7 8 hours, and I woke up in a panic because I didn't want to.
We were trying to leave at what, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
3 a.m.
Because we had to jump time zones.
It was 4 a.m. Central Time, I think. I think it might have been 3 a.m. Regardless,
doesn't matter.
I woke up in a panic and heard sex noises, and because we had the TV on, and when I looked, we were
I heard sex noises.
And Friends with Benefits was on, the classic Justin Timberlake Mila Kunis movie. And so I watched it, and then I gave my
weird hazy 3 a.m. thoughts.
My thoughts on like what I was watching.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny.
But you didn't even, to be clear, like obviously you woke up to the noises. You didn't see the whole thing. You saw like a portion and then forward into the movie.
Right, which we found out while watching the movie. I had only seen basically the second half of the movie, which explains a lot of my confusion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why we chose those movies. Oh, well, I mean, we chose No Strings Attached because I found it ironic that two movies with very similar concepts
came out in a very similar time frame.
Came out in the same time frame. Yeah, I want to look to see exactly what the release date was for each of them.
And obviously the lead of No Strings Attached is Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman.
Yep.
And obviously the Ashton Kutcher Mila Kunis connection is very funny. And I didn't even look it up. I feel like I've heard clips of them kind of talking about it in interviews, being like the irony of those movies being released at the same time.
I mean, they were released 7 hours apart. 7 hours.
I was like, what?
7 months apart.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
No Strings Attached was first, January 11th. And then it was followed by Friends with Benefits, July 22nd, 2011.
Wow, we just passed the 11-year reunion. 11-year
We did
anniversary.
12.
Sorry, that's
12
gonna be a
years.
really long time to
It's
do that math.
2023 now. So you still didn't even do it right. Here's a little fun fact. If you type in Friends with Benefits, Google doesn't think you're talking about the movie. They say
Thinks
Friends with Benefits,
the
married women,
construct.
make it easy. Sponsored by Ashley Madison.
What?
Do you not know the website Ashley Madison?
No.
There was like a whole thing, I want to say, probably our first or second year in college. So that would have been, what, 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
Something like that.
Where there was a huge data leak. Ashley Madison's like a website where you would like literally like put yourself out there to find other married people to cheat with.
Oh. I've never
And there was
heard
like a
of
huge
this.
data leak and people like spouses and stuff were finding their significant
yeah.
others on
This
this website, and it was leading to like a lot of issues, and people were like mad at Ashley Madison, but it was also like, well, you're
That's
a dirtbag.
not really, yeah.
But anyway, so if you type in Friends with Benefits, that's what comes up. Here's something else that's extremely interesting. No Strings Attached at the box office made $149.2 million off of a $25 million budget.
That's crazy.
149.2. Can you remember that?
149.2.
Friends with Benefits made 149.5
Off of, I'm guessing, a similar budget.
off of a $35 million budget.
Yeah.
So you have two movies.
Yeah.
Where
that's how big rom-coms used
one
to
of the
be.
one half of the stars
Yeah.
is a significant other of the other person.
Yeah. And
not at the time.
I was going to say they weren't dating at the time.
But like looking back at this retroactively.
Yeah.
And the movies make $300,000 within each other off of a $10 million difference in budget. Like relatively low budgets, we'll say. That is just weird. That is so weird.
That is weird. This also just goes to show, again, how like big rom-coms used to be.
Yes. And bring them back. Okay. So anyway, we watched them.
Yep.
So now you're caught up as to the why. And,
also, to be clear, within the movie Friends with Benefits, we thought there were clips. Yeah, Spencer thought.
I thought there were clips of I Love You Man because Jason Segel and Rashida Jones were in I Love You Man together.
Yeah.
And there's a movie that Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis are watching, and it's them. And again, in my 3 a.m. stupor, I didn't realize I didn't realize the dialogue really and how dumb they were and how it was very much like making fun of rom-coms inside of a rom-com. Very on the nose. Good job, Friends with Benefits. So very quickly I realized as we were watching it, this isn't I Love You Man. And,
right.
So we didn't watch I Love You Man.
Yeah, we opted not to. We almost did just for the laughs of being like, so we watched it anyway. But it wasn't on anything, and we didn't feel like paying for it.
Yeah.
So
if somebody did, because we said we were going to,
apologies.
You
Maybe in the future we'll.
You can send your receipt to
Grogu. Yeah.
He'll get back to you. So that was the first thing that was funny about my misinterpretation.
Yeah.
Also incredible at the beginning of Friends with Benefits. Each character has a significant other at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I love the intro to that movie.
Yeah, done really well.
That they're on a phone,
they're like finishing each other's like sentences for each other. Yeah, and it's Justin Timberlake's significant other is Emma Stone, and Mila Kunis' significant other is Andy Samberg, and it's just like
so silly,
so funny.
Yeah.
So very random.
Is there one you liked more than the other? Okay, well, first off, have you ever watched actually Friends with Benefits all the way through prior to the 3 a.m. experience?
I've seen both movies.
Okay.
I'm almost positive.
And was rewatching them, is there one you like more than the other?
No.
Not that it really matters, but
no, there's not.
Because I'd only watched Friends with Benefits previous to watching both of them, and even then I'd watched it probably like years ago.
Right.
And
because you
have it on DVD for some reason.
Not for some reason.
Well, I love Mila Kunis.
There it is. Let's put it out there. Shelby's hall pass, everybody. Mila Kunis.
Which again, I don't know why
I
I
also
love
don't
her.
know why.
I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying like I haven't watched the things that people are like, Mila Kunis is in this. I haven't watched.
I don't know
those.
what she's in though that I'm
Besides
like.
that 70s show.
Besides that 70s show, I can't think of anything where I'm like, oh, Mila Kunis steals the show.
No, but like the bad thing is like the only movie
Jupiter
I can like.
Ascending.
Yeah, the only movie
which
I
is
can
a terrible movie.
vividly remember her in and be like, I love her is Jupiter Ascending, which no one likes that movie.
It's got Channing Tatum.
Except me. I know. And Eddie Redmayne. I love him too.
Eddie Redmayne.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I love her, but I don't know why in like any big reason.
I mean, she's a babe. She's definitely a babe. She's also. This is funny. She's Meg in Family Guy.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've like never watched Family Guy, but
she's
I
Meg in
roughly know who
Family
the
Guy.
characters are.
Well, she's the daughter who is
know.
the butt of all the jokes, basically.
Yeah, with the pink hat.
She's the only daughter.
That's true, I guess. But
Sorry.
going into it, no, you're good. Going into it, I was like, because I don't really like romantic comedies very often. So
really,
yeah,
I love rom-coms.
I know. It's a very unpopular opinion. I just like think they're all like copy and paste.
They are, no, and that's why when you
I'm saying
asked,
that's why I don't really like enjoy them.
When you asked, is there one that I like more than the other? The answer is like such a fast no, because all rom-coms are just like a 6 out of 10.
Yes, they're all like a solid experience.
But the best part is that they're an hour and a half.
Yes,
they get a couple of chuckles. And by the end of it, you feel decent.
Good.
Yeah. Like you feel shitty for like 50% of the movie. Yeah. Like it starts at a high and then you're just like, oh my God, why are they doing this to each other? And then by the end of it, you're like, nice.
You're like, oh, cute things do happen.
It's better than like, I don't want to, maybe this is a derogatory term for a movie genre, but chick flicks.
Yeah.
Those fall into like a separate category. Like rom-coms are like, I mean, you can have a really good chick flick, but like not
again.
every...
What's the difference between a chick flick?
Well, like The Notebook.
I know we talked about
The Notebook is a chick flick.
Oh yeah,
and it's because it's not funny at all.
I don't really like chick flicks. I don't really like chick flicks. I think more than I don't like romantic comedies.
I mean, I still like a good chick flick, but like rom-com, like a chick flick is like sometimes 2.5 hours. It's like Me Before You.
It's all the Nicholas Sparks.
Yep. Yes.
Books turned movies.
Exactly. Charlie St. Cloud.
Yeah.
I
don't think I like
The Spectacular
either.
Now.
What's Mamma Mia? That's a musical.
That's a musical.
I'm trying to think of I worked in a bakery for a few years and the person I worked for is obsessed with like rom-coms, chick flicks, like all of the above, and so she would play them all the time in the background. That's the only reason I know the tiniest bit that I know. But now I can't think of a single one to be like, oh, what's this? And now I like literally I watched Mamma Mia like probably it felt like 100 times while working there. But I can't think of another example.
But I think the nice thing is that like, so when we go to an Italian restaurant, I ordered the lasagna.
Yeah.
Because my thought process is it's really hard to mess up a lasagna.
Right.
And if you mess up
Unless
a lasagna,
you put the noodles on top and don't put sauce on them.
Yeah, and they're just hard
and they're
noodles.
just hard, rock hard noodles. Yeah.
Don't know how anybody can mess up lasagna.
Can't believe how anyone would do that. It's like they were trying to make a glass window pane or something, like out of lasagna noodles.
It's like they were trying to break my fucking teeth. My thought process is that you can't mess up lasagna. So if an Italian restaurant messes up lasagna, I know immediately that it is not a good Italian restaurant. I'm never going to order anything else again. Or what?
No, go ahead.
And then but that's really it.
Have you ever gotten a lasagna at Olive Garden?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because, and that's the other thing, is it's safe. It's very hard to mess up lasagna. Correct. So it's like,
you'll have
even
a good meal,
if it's a bad Italian restaurant, I'll still have a good meal. Exactly. So it would have to be bad, which it'd have to be like a really bad Italian restaurant. Anyway, regardless.
You know what Olive Garden is what made me fall in love with gnocchi, and because they do the chicken gnocchi soup. Why have I never made chicken gnocchi soup?
You're asking all the right questions.
I know. So anyway, I thought.
Well, hang on. I'm getting to my analogy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rom-coms are lasagnas. They're safe.
They're safe. That's
it's
fair.
really hard to mess up a rom-com.
That's fair.
And every I can have a lasagna.
Is the new Sandra Bullock, what's his name, George Clooney movie a rom-com?
First off, not Sandra Bullock.
Who is it?
It's fuck.
Jeanette McCurdy.
Nope.
I'm just coming up with names.
That's
I know.
Sam from iCarly.
Oh, it is. You know who I was picturing? Melissa McCarthy when I said Jeanette
Ugh,
McCurdy.
I do not like Melissa McCarthy.
Regardless,
I also
sorry.
do not like Jeff Goldblum. It's
What is that?
What's her name?
She's Bird Box.
No, that's Sandra Bullock.
Oh no, are they the same person?
No, they aren't. It's Julia Andrews. Julia
You're
Andrews? Julia Roberts?
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. Got it. Got it before Shelby saw it.
Is she in Mamma Mia? No, she's not. It's Meryl Streep and Streep and what's her name? Dollface. She's in Les Mis.
Seyfried.
Yeah.
Seyfried. Look at us correcting each other's last name pronunciations.
I'm probably still being wrong.
Yesterday you said, earlier you said Mindy Calling. Anyway. I forget what I was saying. Yes, that's a rom-com.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. Rom-coms are not made anymore.
I know.
And I just got done saying that I think all rom-coms are roughly the same. However, we watched a rom-com last year at this point with Charlie Day and I can't think of her name, and it's like called I Want You Back, I think.
It's called I Want You Back, and the woman's name is Jenny Slate.
Jenny Slate, and it has Clint Eastwood's son in it as well. And that is a rom-com, I would say, right?
Yes, 100%.
Very good. I thought that was so good. It was very feel good.
It is.
It's very funny.
I love that movie. I think that's my favorite rom-com ever. Even though I've only watched like probably 4 rom-coms in my life. That's not true, but a very small amount. But
well, no, you definitely have watched more because literally 2011 they were a dime a dozen. Rom-coms galore. They were coming out constantly in like the 2000, probably the window of like 2006 to like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Rom-coms dominated, I'm sure.
Yeah. I didn't go out of my way to watch them.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm just saying there's
a
plethora of them out there that
know.
like you could like literally be like on Netflix one day.
Yes.
7 years later.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what's this movie with Cameron Diaz and Andrew Garfield? And then you start watching it and it's like, oh, it's a rom-com. It's not a thing. I was making it up.
No, but you know what is a good movie? Cameron Diaz, Tom Cruise.
Night and Day.
Night and Day.
Night and Day?
But like night, like
yeah, Kinight.
Yeah. Regardless, not a huge fan of rom-coms as a whole over my life is what I was trying to say. I think chick flicks from what I am gathering.
I think you're like past would tell you that, but I feel like a rom-com is a movie that you like would enjoy.
Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't think I seek them out. Like besides I Want You Back, the Charlie Day, Jenny Slate one, that one I was like, I would recommend this to people. I would rewatch it. Like I really enjoyed it. I know I like clung on to Friends with Benefits, hence why I bought the DVD. It was probably on sale at Walmart or something stupid. But like I wouldn't tell other people to watch it, if that makes sense. But like obviously if someone was like, hey, you want to watch this movie? I'm not gonna say no.
You're never gonna go out of your way to like tell somebody to watch a rom-com. But if somebody said, should I watch this rom-com? You have no reason to say no.
That's true, I guess.
It's a rom-com.
So because I remembered liking Friends with Benefits so much, I was like, good luck, no strings attached. You can't get this heart, you know? Like Mila Kunis.
You can't get this heart on.
Yeah, and so I was like, can't be Mila Kunis.
On.
The first 20 minutes, and I love the intro to Friends with Benefits, as we just described, but the first like 20 minutes of No Strings Attached actually had me laughing. Like I immediately, because it's so much more like blunt, cynical humor. It's so much more like technically inappropriate just because like literally almost the entire cast works in the medical field, so they're just like very comfortable saying things very blatantly and bluntly, and that immediately I was more into it from the get-go than like I felt about Friends with Benefits.
I think,
which was funny to me.
I think I remembered like half of Friends with Benefits because I just watched it a couple months ago. No Strings Attached, I didn't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Within the first 5 minutes, when Ashton Kutcher is in Michigan colors at a funeral and everybody
Yes.
else is dressed in black,
Yes.
I was just like, oh my fucking god. I was like, this is incredible.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
No, that was it. I just thought it like immediately had me like laughing much more than Friends with Benefits did. And that's not to say I don't like Friends with Benefits, but I was pleasantly surprised.
So you feel like at the end of the day,
I might have liked No Strings
No
Attached
Strings
more.
Attached more. So fun fact, both are rated mediocrely. 6.2 for No Strings Attached, 6.5 for Friends with Benefits on IMDb. But Rotten Tomatoes paints a bit of a different picture. 48% for No Strings Attached.
What?
68% for Friends with Benefits.
48% is harsh.
I feel like both deserve a 60%.
I think 60s are fair. 48 is harsh.
Maybe even dip into the 50s. Yeah. That's fine.
I did make a note that I said, this is back to, I'm gonna flip flop back and forth a lot, I'm sure, but Friends with Benefits, obviously we're gonna talk about like the storylines. So I mean, I know it's not really a spoiler because the same thing happens in all of these, also, and they're also been out for 12 years.
Yeah.
But regardless, when Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake's characters have sex for the first time, I can vividly remember that is the funniest sex scene I've ever seen in my life. Like when the first time I saw it, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And then like to this day, I still think it's one of the funniest things.
Where it's like cutting around and then Justin Timberlake's like doing the alphabet.
Yeah. Where like they're hooking up. They're like kind of giving like pointers, but they're also just like, yeah. But it's their first hookup. And to me, it will forever be the funniest sex scene I think ever. Just because it's like weird, but like I don't know. I get so much more uncomfortable by like a super intentional steamy sex scene, whereas that one being just like kind of awkward, but like just moving through the motions was like the funniest thing in the world to me. Like I love that scene. I think it's just like really funny.
My favorite was in Friends with Benefits where there's a bit during one of the times that they're having sex.
Yeah.
And I forget what happens, but Justin Timberlake like pokes his head up from down below.
Oh, I think she just yells at him for how he's moving.
Yeah. And he like pops his head up, but Mila Kunis is still covered.
Yeah.
So it's like effectively two blankets.
It is, yeah.
But it's like it just doesn't make any sense.
No, but it was obviously shot that way.
No, I know. I get that it was
covered,
for the shot, but
yes,
I'm like,
it was funny. Like he pops up, but like head is still between legs.
But
like...
yeah, but there's still like still blanket underneath him.
Yeah.
As well as over top of him.
Yeah. It was silly.
Funny.
It's one of those things you don't notice until you're like really like paying attention. I also, this is such a small thing, but just I mean obviously love Friends with Benefits is making fun of rom-coms like the whole time.
Yes.
And Justin Timberlake's character being obsessed with like the perfect soundtrack to a rom-com, and so occasionally just like making sounds to like be like this would be this part in the romantic comedy. I don't know why, but I like love that touch to it. Like I thought that was like it's stupid, but like I love that that's played throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, no.
Also, Woody Harrelson being a raging gay man? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Right. Let me tell you what you can never convince me of. Woody Harrelson's gay. Like, there's...
And he's one of those, like, guys who's, like, passionately America, but also doesn't trust America at the same time. Like, his whole thing the whole time, he's like, yo, America's one of the greatest countries in the world. Well, you know, besides, and then starts listing all these other countries. Oh, you're saying
in the movie.
In the movie.
Okay.
Sorry. His character. His character is like, rah, rah, America. But then he's also like, we're in a surveillance system, man. Like, he literally toes the line of like...
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a hard sell. Like,
it is.
You know, I think anybody...
I forgot that was even part of the movie.
I get it. Like, we're actors, you know? We're you know, pushing boundaries for ourselves and stuff like that, but there's a whole bit in Billy on the Street where he's going around and saying name 3 like straight white male actors, and it has to be celebrities.
Yeah.
And the person says like Brad Pitt and he's like yeah, and they go Hugh Jackman and he gets so mad. He goes no. It's just like Woody Harrelson would be such a definitive, like, yep, you're right.
Yeah.
And you know, somebody like Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds will get the George Clooney. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they are, but they
Yeah.
could at any moment swap teams all of a sudden, or you know. So anyway, that's something that's hard to get over.
Yes.
Also, love the touch of White Man Can't Jump. They have Woody Harrelson playing basketball.
Yes.
It's great. Good movie. Should watch that. That'll be our movie next.
Yeah.
He's like he's a basketball player who's very good, and he hustles other people because he's white.
Right.
And the assumption is
He can't
that
play
he can't play
well.
basketball
Yeah.
or he can't jump.
Yeah, I'm down.
Stereotypes. That doesn't have to be our next movie. What else? There was something else that I thought was like on the nose about one of the movies, but now I can't think of it.
Oh, also, why is it every time generally the male character is like, I'm gonna go out and just like find someone, it's always like the most chaotic, worst encounter ever. Like Justin Timberlake is with the girl who literally is like
licking his armpit.
Sniffing his armpit and like licking his face and like making noises even though he's on the phone with his sister. And then I guess Ashton Kutcher doesn't actually like hook up with the girl. The like I don't know what her role was in the TV show, but like not like she's probably like a assistant to the producer or something. But she like it's just like why does it go from like things are working to like the worst experience?
He also had the
ever.
two girls that he was gonna hook up with, but they
they just
really
wanted to hook up with each other. Yeah, literally. Why is it always like you go from something good, you're trying to rebound, and then it's the actual worst experience of your life?
Yeah, it was funny.
Like, what if the movie? I know it wouldn't as make for as good.
I think
the
thing is that like they have a bad like experience, and like that just like extra puts emphasis on
what they could have.
They should just go back to the person that's like good with.
Yeah.
And it gets them to wake up and realize like, yo,
How
this sucks. I already had something good.
Yeah.
The thing that annoyed me about No Strings Attached was just how like Natalie Portman. I hate her.
Do you?
No, I love Natalie Portman. She's also a total babe. But no, her character is just like no.
Oh yeah.
Grab my hand.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Grab my hand.
No. Ew, don't touch me.
Grab my hand. No. Please grab my hand. We're happy together. It's just like that. It's just like, oh my god. And they did it like
a lot,
5 times literally in an hour and a half movie.
Yes.
Unreal.
I know that is annoying, and it's not like my favorite quality in a character.
That's like the thing that I think is annoying though about every rom-com, because they have to have the whole like
I just
on again, off again.
Yeah. I was trying to see if there was something else she was in that I was thinking about.
Black Swan.
No, that's not what I was thinking about. I don't know what I was thinking about.
Star Wars.
I don't know.
She is in Star Wars.
I mean, she is. I don't know what I was thinking about. I'm not saying she wasn't.
V for Vendetta. She was in V for Vendetta. I'm like really racking my brain for Natalie Portman movies.
I'm looking at it
though.
I must have been thinking of her as someone else. I think in one of the scenes when they start making out, sometimes Natalie Portman has the look on her face, the same look that Keira Knightley, Natalie Portman, and Olivia Wilde, kind of Olivia Wilde. I feel like there's someone else I'm thinking about who's not Olivia Wilde that I always confuse the three of them.
Emily Blunt.
No.
Is that John Krasinski's wife?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely not her. Yeah, that is right. That's her.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of. It doesn't matter. Maybe Olivia Wilde's the third. Maybe I just confused Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman. But I swear,
I think a lot of people confuse them.
They both get this look on their face when they're about to make out with someone.
I don't really know why they have I don't know why people get them confused. Because
I don't
Keira
know.
Knightley has such a distinct, like, she has that, like,
I know.
really, like,
Angular jaw.
like, she has, like, a very, like, almost, like, masculine,
Yeah, it's very
like,
square.
facial
Yeah.
structure. But also a
They
babe.
both get a look on their face right before they're about to make out with someone. Like, they're, like, very upset. Like, I feel... like, I feel like they look...
But think about who they've had to make out with in their careers.
Well, so I think what
Natalie
happened...
Portman was starring alongside Ashton Kutcher. She thought her career was over at that point. Ashton Kutcher, known for That 70s Show, Dude, Where's My Car, nothing else until 2.5 Men.
Like, I don't... I don't know why I feel this way, but I just feel like every time they're about to kiss, the saddest look is on a face. And maybe I'm crazy, but I swear her and Keira Knightley get the same look on their face. And so I think there was a moment in No Strings Attached where, like, she just looked like she's looking up at him and she's like, there's just a lot of, like, oh my God. And then they start making out, and it felt like I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean, Keira Knightley,
Right.
like,
Think about
devastated,
it.
but
Keira
they're like...
Knightley was in Pirates of the
I
Caribbean.
know.
Was in Pirates of the Caribbean 2. Was in Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
You think, like,
Was
she's
not in Pirates
nightmares?
of the Caribbean 4. Was in Pirates of the Caribbean 5. She thought her career was over, and she had to make out with Orlando Bloom, who is now married to Katy Perry.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's wild.
I mean, think about it. She had to make out with Orlando Bloom, known for Lord of the Rings.
She should be grateful.
He's fucking Legolas.
I don't know why.
He spanned 6 fucking movies.
I don't know, for honestly no good reason. Was he in The Hobbit?
Yeah, Legolas is in The Hobbit.
No, but, like, is he in The Hobbit? I don't know.
Well, I think the assumption is that he's an elf, so he was likely there.
Sure, I guess.
I could watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies again.
Yeah, I honestly could too. They're fun. I liked the most recent one.
Yeah, I think it was like 1, 2, and 3 were like, I would say all 3 of them are good. 4 is like, all right, are we done?
Yeah.
And then they did 5, and it's like, that's fine.
Was 5th the last one?
I think so.
I like 5.
Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Yeah, I like that. I like the girl, who they were kind of refocusing around.
Keira Knightley.
Nope.
It's their daughter.
Yeah, I believe so.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. No, it's not. It's not, because that's the whole point of the end of the movie.
I thought Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom show up at the end of the movie.
They might. I am pretty confident.
Okay.
They're not her parents.
Okay. They're her siblings.
No, because isn't Blackbeard her dad? Isn't that the whole point? He, like, confesses to it in the end.
Is Javier Bardem Blackbeard?
Or no, or is it Barbosa? It's
Barbosa.
One of them.
Blackbeard, I don't think, was in it.
It wasn't Blackbeard. It was Barbosa ends up being her father, and he, like, admits to it.
Barbosa is the one from the first Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
I believe so. I don't know. I have to look up.
Let me see his face.
I'm trying.
Hurry. Quick. Hurry. Now. Show me. Quick. This is great for audio.
I forget.
Listeners.
Isn't
yeah.
him?
Yeah, it is.
Is that Barbosa? Or is that Barbosa?
No. I don't know who's Barbosa, but yes, him. That's
Yeah.
who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That's Javier Bardem.
Oh.
He's in No Country for Old Men.
Mm.
He's the guy with the haircut. We watched No Country for Old Men.
Did we?
Yes.
When? Also, that was the girl who they're leading around, Kea Scodelario.
Alexandria Daddario.
Regardless, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah. It's with
Oh, is it like the
Thanos and old dude from Men in Black, and I'm doing a really bad job with remembering names.
Oh,
It's literally just the 3 of them, basically.
Yeah, the one that's considered, like, the most accurate representation of a serial killer.
Yes.
I hate that. I don't need to know that. Sorry, I just told anyone who's listening that. But what was
So
it, like
good.
like a psychological study, or like a bunch of
Yeah, like
psychologists weighed in and they were like, of all the movies that represent serial killers, like this is the most accurate one.
yeah,
Blah! I hate that.
such a good movie.
Good movie, creepy AF.
Not a rom-com.
Not a watch this rom-com. No Country for Old Men.
Did you ever see the Natalie Portman was in Thor?
Yeah,
That's what she was in.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the It was,
And she probably looks up at one point, gets like a discerned face on her look, and then they on her
and then
face,
Kat,
and then
and
they
then
make
Kat
out.
Dennings is also there.
Yeah. Is that the Valkyrie?
Who's hotter, Kat Dennings or no? Kat Dennings is from Two Broke Girls.
Oh yeah.
Who's hotter, her or Natalie Portman?
I don't know.
You have to decide. The other one dies.
No. Like just based off looks.
Like you walk into a bar.
I think I like Kat Dennings.
Two
more.
women come up to you.
I think I like Kat
They're
Dennings.
Kat Dennings
more.
and Natalie Portman. You're about to live somebody's greatest fantasy, but you have to. You can only go home with one of them. Who are you going home with?
I think I like Kat Dennings more. Being totally honest. I think I do.
I don't think I would make that choice. It's very misogynistic of you. She's in Thor, and
Yeah.
in Thor 2, I think it was Thor 2. Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of the late shows, made a how to get your significant, like men, how to get your wife, significant other, whatever, to go see Thor with you. And they rebranded the trailer as a rom-com trailer with it like really focused on Natalie Portman. It's very funny.
That is very funny.
Anyway, rom-coms.
Rom-coms.
Don't see them anymore.
I
think it's a shame.
I mean, I'm not happy about it.
I think like,
well, it's most likely because like theater watching has gone down, right?
I guess. I don't know. It's a shame because I think, again, they're like safe and
like a vast majority of people tend to like them.
Yeah, super easy. All you have to do is get 2 stars.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Literally any 2.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more. I'd like to see a resurgence.
Well, hopefully in the future we see the one with George Clooney and
I think I saw that's on Peacock.
And the other person, I definitely don't
Julia
forget her
Roberts.
name. Julia Roberts.
She, fun fact, plays Julia Roberts in Ocean's.
Yes.
Well, no, she plays somebody else, but at one point in the movie, they're like, if you pretend to be Julia Roberts.
Oh, the Ocean's movies.
Also good movies.
Also good movies.
Ocean's 8, the one that was like a whole female cast, is getting a sequel.
Is it really?
Yeah. I never saw Ocean's 8.
Is it on something?
I don't know. I looked at it again. Like, I remember when they announced it, I was just like, holy shit, that's a really good cast. Like,
yeah.
Because the Ocean's movies have a really good cast too, but like also to an extent, it's like you got Clooney, Damon, Pitt, and then like from there, I would say it kind of falls off.
Yeah.
Like agree. There's still.
Oh, it's on Hulu apparently.
It's still really good. Ocean's 8 is literally, I don't know how many casts, but it's like.
No, it is. Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Sarah Paulson, Rihanna, Helena Bonham Carter, and Aquafina.
No? The water?
Aquafina.
That's a really good
cast. Is. I have seen it.
Is Kristen Wiig in it?
I didn't go that deep, so maybe. I didn't list 8 people, did I?
I don't know.
And Mindy Kaling and Dakota Fanning. I don't see Kristen Wiig.
And Julia Roberts?
Did I not list her? I
didn't. I don't think she's in it.
I don't think she's in it.
Sandra Bullock's in it. Sandra Bullock is not Julia Roberts.
Correct. But yeah, we should watch that. That'd be a good one. I like that movie. I watched it like right after it came out, I think.
Cool.
But
pretty sure I'm the one who showed you the Ocean's movies, but
you are.
Don't want to talk about it.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about rom-coms. They're fun.
Let's go watch a rom-com.
Like what?
I don't know. They're easy to find.
Okay. If you're gonna watch any rom-com, you should watch the Charlie Day one.
I Want You Back.
I Want You Back. It's on Amazon Prime because it was made by Amazon.
Charlie Day, Jenny Slate.
Yes.
It's
so good.
really fucking funny.
I've literally told so many people to watch it, and I think very few
Nobody
have.
has.
And I'm really mad about it.
It's because you're telling people to watch a rom-com.
I know, but I swear it's like it's really good. Like it's a really enjoyable movie. Whatever, it's fine. So that was our first chaotic SM Soup movie club where we talked about a lot of things outside of rom-coms. And we'll see you next week.
Next, our next movie club
Mm-hmm.
will be, I think we should do another rom-com. And I'm thinking,
You think another rom-com?
Saw. I'm walking on sunshine. It's the guy sawing his leg off.
Oh my god. Yeah, Justin Timberlake's character's thing. They just end the movie with a happy song to convince you had a good time.
Yeah,
Just
a
end
song
every
that has
Saw movie.
nothing to do with.
Yeah.
And what wasn't it like a train song for the fake Jason Segel?
Yeah, I think so.
Jones movie?
Which, oh my god, if you ever do watch it and you're actually paying attention to the fake movie they're watching, they leave Central Station and they're like,
they're making fun of it.
I know, but I just love it. They leave Central Station on a carriage and they're like, oh, the Empire State Building.
Whoa,
the
yeah,
Statue of Liberty.
They're trying to prove that they're in New York.
They're just yelling
Because
New York
the end of it is, I love New York.
Yeah.
And then Rashida Jones goes, I love you. And then they leave. And then, yeah, they go, oh my God, look, the Empire State Building. Over there, the Statue of Liberty.
You wouldn't even be able to see them from that same location.
From Central Station?
Yeah.
Would you be able to see either from Central Station?
The Empire State Building, probably. Just because it's so tall. The Statue of Liberty? Definitely not.
I'm taller.
I don't think so. So next week we're gonna have another deep dive.
Deep dive. What are you doing a deep dive into?
I'm not gonna tell. It's a story. So we're gonna go over like an event that in the future. Maybe we should do the
Grimm Bros.
Some of the Grimm Bros. Yeah. But so we're going to a story, an event that occurred. And I'm doing it because I heard about it on a podcast and I'm going to be Googling further into it. And I will give all the details next week. But it has to do with baseball because after that, Spencer wants to talk about our trip to St. Louis to go see a whole bunch of baseball games.
I mean, baseball was going to be the least of my
I know, but it's about
stories.
But the reason we went was because of baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
I promise, if you don't really like baseball, the story is fun.
The way you said that made it sound like you were going to be like, if you don't like baseball, you're not going to like this story.
No.
So what you're saying is,
like, it's about
even if
baseball.
you don't care about baseball,
I think it's a fun story.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Baseball movies, even if you don't like baseball, they're still good. The Rookie.
That's true.
Dennis Quaid.
Jerry Maguire.
Not baseball.
Shit.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is a football player, I think.
Oh. But yeah.
Show me the money.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. I just actually have to Google.
Cool.
That's it.
Cool.
So thanks everyone.
So it's a story about baseball.
It's technically no, not technically. It's a story about baseball.
Interesting. I'm intrigued.
I kind of have a feeling you probably never heard of this, but maybe I'm wrong.
Me?
Yeah.
Bet.
I
Barry Bonds.
No, it's
the
not
steroid era.
No.
This is gonna be a boring episode about baseball. Cool. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
And then after that, we look forward to us talking about some hijinks on our road trip.
Our train trip.
Almost cross country.
Our
About
Midwest train trip. Okay. See you next week.
Don't forget to let us know your thoughts on both of those rom-coms. And if you have a movie suggestion that we should do, leave it below and we'll potentially ignore it. If we don't like it, like if we think it's a bad suggestion. And we'll call it out. We'll say.
Wow.
We'll be like, wow, that was a really shitty suggestion.
Oh my God, we're getting
But maybe not.
Maybe next one will be Jupiter Ascending. All right. Bye.